casinos monthly charge. Yeah.
You're flying right over that thing. Wow. The whole entire hills are on fire.
We have an extremely dangerous situation developing here in Southern California as people are racing to evacuate their homes as a wildfire explodes in Pacific Palisades. There was a major traffic jam forcing people to abandon their cars on the road and run toward the coast for safety. What you're seeing here is a picture from the airport. You could see how much the smoke was blanketing the city of Los Angeles. And here is an idea of the fire that they are dealing with. And then you could see those flames shooting into the sky in this neighborhood. In just a matter of hours, the fire consumed nearly 800 acres of the most expensive land and property in this country. Weather conditions described as life-threatening, destructive, and widespread. The National Weather Service warning of extremely critical fire danger as Southern California experiences the worst wind event in over a decade. Millions of people from Simi Valley to Chula Vista are under a red flag warning and other alerts as this extreme windstorm is bringing hurricane force gusts to the West Coast. And this is what is happening in this moment. You are seeing homes on fire. Again, we have heard of now at least 30 cars that were abandoned. People were left running.
There's a bunch of cars, at least like, I don't know, 600-700 cars on the same street that I was on. And fire was like 5 homes up. And I waited to see if the road's going to open up. Didn't open. I just left my car, ran down the hill.
Hi. Just be okay. You're gonna be okay. Hi. You're gonna be okay. Oh shit. Yeah, don't worry about that, dude. Look at that. Oh shit. Scary, huh? Yeah. God. The plastic is gone, dude.
Yeah.
Fuck. Okay.
The one already?
Yeah. Oh, shit. So, where's the gas?
Outside.
Okay, the gas is off right now. No, don't open the window. Don't open. Don't open anything. Just stay over here. Fuck.
Evacuations are underway in Los Angeles as a wildfire is ripping apart populated areas and spreading due to tornado-like winds. We're taking a live look right now over Los Angeles. You can just see that glow from the fires. There's multiple burning right now. At least 30,000 people are under evacuation orders in Pacific Palisades and Santa Monica. This morning, more than 3,000 acres have burned, along with an unknown number of homes. And right now, as I mentioned, multiple fires burning, 3 in the broader LA area. Take a look. The powerful winds moving the flames at remarkable speed of about 80 miles per hour, burning across Southern California at the equivalent of 5 football fields per minute. Officials say the fire is particularly hard to fight because the department's planes and helicopters have been grounded due to those winds. On Sunset Boulevard, drivers were forced to abandon their cars after getting stuck in traffic trying to evacuate the fire zone.
We got in the car to go. And then all the cars were abandoned, so I had nowhere to go, so I just had to get out of my car and start walking.
In order for firefighters to get to the flames, they had to carve a path, so a bulldozer had to push dozens of abandoned vehicles out of the way. The fire is expected to spread, with gusts possibly topping 100 miles per hour in the mountains and foothills. Those are areas that have not seen substantial rain since last spring. Officials say this windstorm is the worst in more than a decade.
Celebrities are speaking out as devastating wildfires spread through Southern California. Among the evacuees include several celebrities like Mark Hamill, who writes an update on his Instagram, quote, 7 p.m. personal fire update. Evacuated Malibu so last minute there were small fires on both sides of the road as we approached PCH. He then later includes an update saying he evacuated safely to his daughter's house in Hollywood, adding, quote, most horrific fire since '93. Celebrity chef Sandra Lee shares terrifying videos of the flames tearing across the Malibu coastline. She writes in her caption, quote, my home in Malibu has got me through some of the darkest moments in my life. I've loved creating it, embellishing it, building it, caring for it, and protecting it. The 58-year-old continues, I've cherished every moment I have had with it. As the fire draws closer, I pray for it. I pray for everyone in Los Angeles right now. What an incredibly terrifying moment for my community. Actress Mandy Moore takes to her Instagram stories, writing, quote, evacuated safe with the kids, dog, and cats, praying and grateful for the first responders.
Say a prayer for the Palisades here.
On social media, reality star Spencer Pratt chronicled the fire inching up to his home, posting later that after he and his wife Heidi Montag and their 2 children evacuated, his home was destroyed. Imploring social media users to post facts about the fire, Jamie Lee Curtis writes on her Instagram, quote, my community and possibly my home is on fire. My family is safe. Many of my friends will lose their homes. Many other communities as well. There are so many conflicting reports. She continues saying in part, quote, if ever there was a need for use of the phrase, my hand in yours, it is right now. Take care of each other. Others simply sent thanks and prayers for the firefighters and first responders battling the blazes, including Khloe Kardashian, who takes to her social media, writing in part on her Instagram stories, quote, your selflessness, resilience, and tireless efforts to protect lives and communities are deeply appreciated. You are true heroes, and we are incredibly grateful for all you do. Guardians of the Galaxy star Chris Pratt echoes her statement in his own post, writing in part, quote, thank you to the brave firefighters and first responders who are working tirelessly to protect lives, homes, and wildlife as they battle fast-moving wildfire fueled by fierce winds. You are true heroes, and we are endlessly grateful for your sacrifice and courage. Let's all come together to support one another during this tough time.
4,000 acres have been burned by 3 wildfires spreading right now in the Los Angeles area.
William Lajeunesse live in Malibu, California, standing in front of a burning home. He joins us now. William.
Hey, good morning, guys. Yeah, this is going to likely be the most destructive fire in state history based on what I've seen over the last 12 to 24 hours. I've been coming in north on PCH. Keith came in from the south, and I can tell you, so the Pacific Ocean is literally right over there. These homes are right on the beach. There are 3 burning right now, as you can see. 3 others burned earlier, and as I came down PCH from the north, I had to see about 24 homes burning along the beach like this. As you can see, the cliffs are on the right, the bluff here, and then this is PCH, and the ocean is literally right now to my left, to your left. But I got to tell you, this fire is so big and moved so fast. There weren't enough firefighters to even begin to cover this thing moved so fast. It came right out of the Palisades, and it moved some to the south towards Santa Monica, a place called Chautauqua Canyon right now, Rustic Canyon. That's burning, according to the TV that I looked at earlier today. And then I came in from the north, and remember we started at Cross Creek in Malibu a month ago on that fire? This fire has virtually reached that area. We're talking about 5 5 to 10 miles in about less than 8 hours. And there are fires burning, and there are no fire crews anywhere to be seen because they are simply occupied somewhere else. The winds are dry, they're unpredictable, very strong. They recorded some 99-mile-an-hour winds up in the mountain passes. Down here at the beach, around 50 miles an hour, gusting at least. Earlier tonight, I know there were 30,000 had been evacuated just in the Palisades fire. 10,000 homes were threatened. I can easily tell you that's going to be double by the time we get an update, probably this morning around 6 or 7 a.m. local. But you know, when we had this fire in the Palisades, you guys, people are used to seeing wildfires in Santa Barbara, Malibu, where houses are maybe 1 per acre, 1 every 2 acres or so. The Palisades is very, very dense. And when the fire started ripping through there, Palisades High School, up in that area. It's a very dense neighborhood. The topography is still, there's bluffs, there's ridges, there's hillsides there. And of course, as you guys know, fire moves very quickly uphill like that. And the winds are just, are unpredictable, but they're so strong, the firefighters really have very little hope of saving some of these homes because it's just moving so fast. They brought in at one point in time out of Palisades, which again, very dense, very populated area. People were trying to evacuate, and the flames started coming down. They were forced to leave their cars. You probably heard about this. And policemen came up to them, and witnesses said, "Get out of your car and run if you want to live." And at this point in time, bulldozers had to come in and literally push those cars aside to make room for the fire trucks. And that was an area near Puerto Marino and again, parts of the Palisades. I'm going to send it back to you, but right now I can tell you we have fires in the Palisades, in Malibu, in Pasadena, Altadena, and Sylmar. And this one in Malibu, they hadn't, when I went to bed last night, it hadn't even moved into this area. So you have those high winds are expected, peak winds right now, basically until 5 o'clock this morning, but still we're expecting high winds probably until Thursday. And the way this thing is moving, there's just going to be more homes destroyed.
Yeah, William, I mean, yeah, absolutely. 0% containment, and we're hearing 5 football fields every single minute. That's how quickly this fire is moving. I mean, William, you've covered it all. And California is used to wildfires, but this feels like on an entirely other level. What separates this fire from things you've seen in the past?
Well, definitely the persistent high winds. I mean, when I was driving down, you had embers that looked like a snowstorm, really, and they were just bouncing along PCH. As I came in today, I can't tell you how many down power lines and transformers and power poles were sticking right across PCH like this. So it's the strength of the wind, and of course, the longer it blows, the drier the vegetation. We're in technically our rainy season, our wet season. That should start basically November, December, January, February, and then it begins to tail off. And we've had marginal rain, honestly, over the last 2 months. It's been extremely dry, but this wind event is massive. I mean, it goes from, as many people know, LA is a basin, basically. We're surrounded by mountains, the San Bernardinos, the Santa Susana, the San Gabriels, the Santa Monicas, and those winds coming down the high pressure out of Las Vegas, and they come down through those canyons and they really pick up steam. It's just the breadth of this thing right now is got all of Southern California on notice. And of course, what that means is firefighters are going to be spread really, really thin. As I said, as I came down, there were fires burning and there was no firefighters anywhere. They're doing their best, obviously, but they're occupied on different structures and they can't get ahead of this thing. In fact, last night around 8 o'clock, they had to ground the helicopters and even the fixed wing because the winds were so strong. Earlier on the Palisades fire, when it broke out, they had 2 Chinook helicopters, the twin rotors, and they stopped dropping because the winds were so strong that by the time the retardant or the water was to hit the ground, it had gone about a football field, and so they couldn't target the water, the retardant, on the flames. So one of the firefighters at Oppressor said, "What's the point of driving driving around and dropping retardant when you can't hit your target. So those are some of the problems and the challenges that they're having.